bathroom. It's cold out there, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Can I please have a big glass of water as well, please? Well, good evening everybody, hello, welcome back to another live stream of Train Simulator Classic. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. Train Sim Classic, back here with the Class 142, and we're in Huddersfield. Now, I know what you're all going to think. This isn't a pacer train, this is a Class 158. Well, in a moment, the Class 158 is going to go, and we are going to have our pacer train, which will be sat behind. Oh, thank you, dear. Nice glass of water for the live stream. Anyway, yes, we've got a couple of people in tonight. We've got Bjorn L, Imran Ariva, of course, wouldn't miss it for the world. Aaron Beardmore and Kian Blackmore, Foxy AR, hello. LRV Love Productions, hello. And a couple of other people. Road and Rails here as well. You've never been on a pacer in real life. Oh my lord, you're missing out. Ryanworth Valley is here. Transport Casey. Quite a few people in tonight. I mean, it's saying 89. Little Station as well. It's saying the mic is playing up. Oh no, that's no good. Can everybody hear me? Little Station, are you with us? Shout out in the text if you can hear. I mean, it says everything's fine at my end. Is it not working? Right, we're going to send the 158 on the way. There we go. Off he goes. Full steam ahead. I mean, it's a red signal. It's a red signal. Gav 1976 is here as well. Evening, Gav. Saying it's an echo. That's no good. Mic sounds a bit weird. Oh, hang on a second. Right, just, is something wrong with my mic? Everyone's saying there's something wrong with the mic. Why on earth would there be echo? Right, okay, this is very odd. Very odd indeed. Right, just bear with me. Sounds like I'm in a tunnel. I'm not sure what would be causing that, to be honest with you. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Bear with us. We'll unplug it, plug it back in, and hopefully that'll work out for the best. Right, that must be working. That must be working. Who knows? Who knows? Hang on. Where are we? Right. Yeah. Right. There we go. Is that working better? I don't know. I've unplugged it. I've plugged it back in, and we'll see what happens. Can everybody hear me now? Are we ready to go? I don't know. I don't know what's happened there. It's been working absolutely fine. Yeah, just arrived, and then this, exactly. Yeah, it's been working absolutely brilliantly all afternoon. So I've got absolutely no idea. Oh, everybody says that that's better. Yeah, I've done a few videos, and all the voicings come out absolutely fine. We're going to put Manchester Victoria in. This is a scenario that comes with the pacer. Everyone says it's better. That's good. Right, technical blips out the way. We will get ready for a fantastic evening. This is a scenario that comes with the pacer. It's one of 6. You get 6 scenarios for your $29.99, and it's a MerseyRail liveried pacer. Now the year's about 2004. Looking at the stock, we've got a Class 156 going to Selby there. What have we got over here? A Class 142 in Huddersfield that's on a Leeds service. That'll probably be the Leeds stopper via Dewsbury. So yeah, plenty of stuff. What year are we setting? Yeah, I think it's 2004. I don't know if it actually says. No, it doesn't appear to. But yeah, we've got Transpennine Express Class 158s, or first Transpennine Express Class 158s. We've got lots of different liveries. It's probably just after first Transpennine Express and Northern Rail have been formed. So there's loads of colour, loads and loads of colour. From all over. Yeah, MerseyRail liveried pacer. They also had the yellow headlights. I always thought it made them look quite new and modern It made them look like they had new lights. They didn't, of course. They're just the black ones that are just painted yellow. But yeah, Lee Alnock's here, excellent. As is Jasmine. Imran says one of the best packs by AP. So there you go. You don't need anything else in terms of good commentary than Imran saying that it's the best pack. Road and Rail Northern Spirit 142 reminds me of the Hornby set. Exactly. Oh, right, hang on, everybody. Right, we're off. We're ready to go. Ready to go. Right, off we go. Full steam ahead. So, we are off to Manchester today. We're doing 2 scenarios. We're going to go from Huddersfield to Manchester on this service. Then we're going to go Manchester, Victoria, all the way to Leeds on an all-stop service. Same route. I was going to do the Manchester to Leeds scenario first of all, and then we were going to do Sheffield to Manchester Piccadilly over the Hope Valley with a Class 150/1, which is what the thumbnail is, because I was testing to make sure that that worked. However, unfortunately, we have that scenario didn't work for me for some reason. Oh, hang on, right, there we go. Yeah, for some reason that scenario, I got stuck outside Piccadilly. An hour and a bit's worth of driving, and I got stuck outside Piccadilly, which was, I was mortified, absolutely mortified. We've also got cross-country Tim that's in tonight. Welcome back, Tim. I knew you couldn't keep away for a bit of pacer action. Yes, we do have the bounce factor. A couple of people are... I've mentioned the bounce factor. This does actually have a thing. You can see we're bouncing up and down a little bit at the moment. It's quite dark, but yeah, bouncing up and down a little bit. And you can actually turn the bounce factor up and down depending how you like it. Now, I've found, from a personal perspective, bounce factor 3 is enough for me. Any more than that, and I just think, I mean, I spent a good while working these trains, obviously, when they were here. I just found that bounce factor more than 3 was a little bit not quite how they were, and obviously bounce factor 5, I can't even say it, is ludicrous. I'll show you that at the moment, so you can see just in a moment, sorry, when we get out of the tunnel. Can't say I heard the game at all. Yes, it is quite a quiet train. We'll open the windows. Is that better? There we go. So you can see there's a little bit of bounce. I'm not doing anything there, but if we press Shift and B, you can see in the top right there. This is bounce factor 5, which is it does say in the manual this is a little bit mental. Lewis Malik's here. Hello, good evening, Lewis. I mean, look at that, bounce factor 5, a little bit much. If we just dial that down to off, then there's no bounce at all. Who wants to play like that? As a standard, it's on 2, but I always put it up to 3. And that is just enough for me. Dylan Ishmael, hello, welcome. The horn factor as well. Is there a horn factor? Oh, hang on, no, that's bounce factor. I don't know. I don't like to mess about too much with the settings because I'm worried it'll say out of memory, and we don't want that. Yeah, bounce factor 5. There we go. This is, you know, we're a little bit all over. Look at that. I mean, it's like the chair's on springs. It's a little bit much for me. So yeah. How was my day? My day's been brilliant. I've had the day off today, so I've been slobbing about the house, not really doing an awful lot. It's been lovely. Managed to just work on a bit of videos. We're off to Belfast tomorrow for the day, so I've had to, you know, as you do. Oh, look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's one of my favourite eras of the railway network, is this, when, you know, there was just loads of messing about with the liveries, wasn't there? There were so many different colourful liveries. It was awesome. Oh yeah, is it a wet evening? It's not that bad where we are. It's just absolutely freezing. Absolutely freezing. Imran said, and shift controls something or other, but I can't see because there's a little blob in the way, so as soon as someone else types something, I'll be able to see it then. It'll move up the old page. Shift Control H. I'm not getting anything, Imran. I'm not getting anything with that. Bounce factor does keep it natural, yeah, and you feel like you're going quite quick. I know we're only doing 53 miles an hour. It's so slow, is this thing. Absolutely, chronically slow. The Nothing Show says, weather's been awful, but how are you anyway? Proper UK this is. It absolutely is. Is it chucking it down, though? I'm looking out the window, it doesn't look that bad. A little blob, absolutely. In my area, we had Western and Great Northern, GNER and Silverlink, truly a golden age for the railways. Absolutely. That sort of early privatisation I really, really liked, because it was, you know, the liveries were so bright. I know a lot of the time now it's white, it's grey, it's silver, you know, there's not really, I mean, it's black if it's Transport for Wales Mark 4s, but yeah, you know, there's not really, it's not as bright and as colourful as it was. You know, you think you had the burgundy of the first Transpennine Express 158, you had Central Trains, you had GNER, I mean, this bright yellow thing. I've realised I've turned the lights off by holding Shift and H, Imran. Shift and H turns the headlights off. Signal will be kicking off if we're driving like this. The 158's a fantastic train. I love the 158s. Blackpool Line's release date has apparently been announced today, November the 14th. Right, we'll have to put a little date in our diaries for that, won't we? November the 14th. Isn't there something else that's happening on November the 14th as well? Something else is releasing. That's the tram pack, isn't it, for Bus Simulator 21? I know I'd probably rather drive the 142. Right, there we go. So we're braking for Slaithwaite now. The brakes on these are absolutely not great. I was going to say they're absolutely horrendous. They're pretty much not there at all. If it wasn't for the fact we're going uphill, we'd have had to start braking quite a while ago. In fact, we're going to have to step to it, people. They're tread brakes, and they're not great. They're absolutely not great in the slightest. Slaithwaite, a staggered platform there. Slaithwaite, and Slaithwaite, depending on who you are, is how you'll pronounce that one. Dylan says, will you ever do a video on the Alan Thompson Class 322 in First North Western? I could do if I find a nice. Oh, hang on, there we go. If I find a nice scenario for it, I don't see why we can't. How long have I been playing Train Simulator for? Flipping years, absolutely years. I realise I'm not at the stop car board there, but I think for our passengers, that's a better stop, isn't it? I think the is the S-car board on this designed for the... oh, it's a 185 S-car board, right, so we don't have to stop at that, then we can... Here is okay. Now, people are saying that this is too quiet for a pacer, but I challenge you to... there we go, we'll listen to this in a minute. Like driving a bouncy castle on train tracks, absolutely. Alison Wildman, hello, good evening, Alison, how are we? Road and Rail Studios says, did you know that Astra are making a new tram simulator? Well, I knew they were doing a tram DLC for Bus Simulator 21. I didn't know they were making a whole new simulator. Off we go, listen to that. Oh, and a 158 going past as well. Wow, oh, he's just spoiled that, hasn't he? Get out of the way. Brilliant. Oh, I love it. Right, full steam ahead. I love how chronically slow this is. Jasmine says, is this another stream of Joe saying a station name until he's right, like he did with the Valley? No, I worked over this a few times, Jasmine, in my actual real-life job. So I do know the stations pretty well on this one. Aaron Beardmore, I started playing Train Sim when it was Railworks 2. Wow, that was a while ago, wasn't it, Aaron? Oh, Shift, Control and H. Oh, there we go, right. Oh, how do we turn the horn factor down? Oh. Oh, they're all different. That is awesome. Do you know what? I never knew you could do that. Cheers for that, Jammy. Sprinters Travels. Hi Joe, how's things? I finished school at 1:30 on Fridays, so I get home nice and early before all the other schools start chucking out for the weekend. That is fantastic. We like a nice early finish, don't we? I know I'd be lying myself if I said that I didn't like an early finish. Jack Death says, or is it Jack Death or Jack Death? My apologies. When my wife was a guard for First North Western, she worked these a lot from Liverpool Lime Street to Manchester. Oh yeah, the what, over the Chat Moss or over the Cheshire lines? Well, I suppose it could be both, couldn't it, really? Jack's saying his house got flooded due to Storm Kieran. And we had to have an industrial humidifier in the living room. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Is that in the north of England, the south of England? Alex Skeffington, make sure you've got 12 hours rest for tomorrow. Oh, I know, don't worry. I don't think I will. I was just saying to Simon that it's you know, usually when I get on a plane, because like I say, if you weren't here earlier, we are flying to Belfast tomorrow, just for the day, because the flights were reasonable, we thought we'd just nip over, you know, as you do, and pop back in the evening. And I says usually when I get on a plane, if you're going on holiday, you have a drink, don't you? You know, ooh, lovely, nice glass of bubbles on the plane or something. And obviously that's not a sensible idea if we're going careering around Belfast for the day. So I'll have to have a coffee. Oh my lord, we're not at Marsden yet. This is chronically slow. Jasmine says, walking home through a swimming pool and coming home because of the river near the house flooded. Well, luckily for me, I live on a hill. So we don't get any of that nonsense. No flooding where I am. Mind you, if our house floods, there'll be hundreds and hundreds of other people down in town that would be in a worse off situation. Because we do live at the top of quite a big hill. So yeah, it's flooding. I'm not too worried at this stage. Right, okie dokie, Marsden platform 2. I guess we'd just, you know, we could coast a bit. Maybe a bit of step 1. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Jasmine. Didn't go all frizzy, did it? That's what usually happens when it gets wet. What's the best train? I don't know, to be honest, Robert, but I know that the 142 is pretty awesome. I always enjoyed working them when they were at Northern. I always enjoyed working them. Lovely trains. Should we film a Joe Adventures video? Yeah, Joe on tour. Oh, Foxy's got to go early today. Flipping heck, Foxy, you've only been here 18 minutes. But no, thanks for joining. It's a short and sweet one, and yeah, make sure you catch up with it, because I have a feeling this is going to be a good live stream. Trains are cancelled where Nothing Show is from. Tunnel's flooding, so it's caused mass issues. Oh, I'm sorry about that, the Nothing Show. Sprinters Travels. Over here in London, hills simply do not exist. Oh, there we go. Bit of... I know we're not stopped at the stop boards, because again it says 185 at the top of that. But I think this is a perfectly acceptable stop for Marsden. Obviously, when the gap here will be a lot bigger at Marsden, because this is after the platform's been heightened. It's got these sort of massive bits of fencing in where you can only get there. It used to just be a full platform, and they put all this in. So obviously this wouldn't be like this when these pacers were rumbling up and down, but obviously the route is for a specific era, isn't it? Tim's asking if I need med screening. Oh, well, we all know that is the case. I've always needed med screening. Got out at Marsden once. Lovely little station. Absolutely. Do you know what? Marsden is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Oh, Jasmine's doing the announcements for us. Imran says 142 is a good train. Well, do you know what, Imran? I never broke down on one. Never broke down on one. I mean, my kneecaps were shattered with the ride quality, but I never broke down. Yeah, I agree with you there. When is this bus going to be in Omsey? I know it should be in Omsey, shouldn't it? It's practically a bus. When you sit inside here, you've obviously got the old Leyland National style windows there. Fantastic. I love the old buttons as well on the poles, and the old luggage racks. The old luggage racks are absolutely awesome. I can't believe... Oh, hang on, we're saving it. Can't believe we're here so early. Don't forget to give me a toot on the way back. I would not forget, Imran. I don't think you'd let me forget. Right, full steam ahead. Love Productions, LRV Productions, says the nearest preserved pacer is 144009. What are we on? We're on 142... oh, is that the nearest to you? Sorry, I thought you meant the nearest to this. I'm going to say, no, that's a completely different class of train. Who needs luggage racks on a pacer? You'd be surprised, actually. There's pacers could actually hold quite a bit in their luggage racks, to be honest with you. They were great, other than the ride quality. Aaron Beardmore says the sounds are amazing, and absolutely agree with you. Tom Ambrose says that I'm pronouncing Ljubljana incorrectly. Are you meaning to say that is incorrect? I thought that was exactly how they pronounced it over there. That's obviously from Euro Truck Simulator, which came out today. T. Foster's got to go because we've got an exam tomorrow. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you do well. All the best from us all here. And yeah, there'll be other streams. Don't worry about it, T. Foster. Oh, you meant nearest to you. I'm with you. 144009. Oh, hang on. Nothing sure, how do you feel about the station ticket offices? I think it's absolutely wonderful that, the plans to close them have been scrapped. I think it's really, really good. You know, they do a lot of good, don't they, the staff in the ticket offices, and it's great that they're going to do good for years to come, hopefully. Trainspot 2009, I was young last time I went on a pacer. I knew something felt strange, very bouncy, absolutely. Compared to the Class 185 from Alan Thompson Sim, that I tend to belt through this tunnel on, it does sort of take quite a long time on the pacer, doesn't it? Can you drive the Class 465 to Maidstone East? I wouldn't have thought we'd be doing it in this video, Lisa, because this is all about the 142. Trans-Pennine Express service there going past. Lovely. I don't know where it's going, but it's going there faster than we are. Yeah, I do miss the Pacers, it has to be said. I always enjoyed them. Controversial, but I always preferred the 144, the West Yorkshire Class 144 Pacers, over the 142s. I just thought the seats were a bit nicer in them. You know, they didn't have the bus seats, or well, they didn't later on in their lives. They did when they were new, but they had a high back seat, Metro camel bodied as opposed to Leyland. They just felt a bit nicer to be there. I mean, they still weren't nice compared to like a 158, but it was a slightly nicer environment to be in. And I think the West Yorkshire ones, maybe it's just my view, I think the West Yorkshire ones were looked after perhaps a tad better than some of the 142s. You know what I mean? They seem to just be a bit nicer inside. Do I have the South Eastern Network? I do, I love it, it's a great route. Bjorn says that they've never been on a pacer. Oh, Bjorn, you're missing out, love. You're absolutely missing out. You need to get yourself over to the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway, or what's the other one? Is it Wensleydale? That's up near Northallerton. They've got a couple of pacers, haven't they? From what I understand. If there's one thing I'd like to do, I would love to have a day at at the Wensleydale Railway or at Keighley and Worth Valley of being a conductor on a pacer. You know, just relive that. I think that'd be awesome. It'd be really, really good fun. AIQ says 144s were elite. I'm sure I've done at least 3/4 of them. Annoyingly, not the special PRM compliant one. Oh, the Evo Pacer. I know the one you mean. We're speeding a bit there, never mind. Whee, straight out the tunnel, look at that. Passing Diggle signal box there. Road and Rail says there's one on the East Kent Railway in Northern Rail livery. Heck, that's a bit out of its way, isn't it? The East Kent Railway with a Northern Rail 142. Did you see the 143 and 144 working together on the Keighley Worth Valley Railway? I didn't. What livery was the 143 in? Was it Regional Railways Blue or something? Jack says, my wife was a guard for nearly 25 years until her knees gave in. Do you know what, Jack? I bet it were these trains that did it. I tell you. They shattered your knees, these things. Do a fan meet-up in a pacer. Absolutely. Still wonder why they ever scrapped the Evo 144. I think the fact is that nobody wanted it. You know, the thing is because obviously it's leasing companies that own the trains, and obviously the train companies don't own the trains. I think the idea behind it was Porterbrook. Obviously, if Northern didn't renew their lease of the Pacers, Porterbrook would be stuck with all these trains with nothing to do with them. So I think Porterbrook spent the money on this Evo Pacer, as it was, 144012, in the hope that Northern would go, actually, do you know what, we'll keep all of these, but obviously it wasn't to be. Sadly, I never really cared for it. I thought the seats were unnecessarily hard. Obviously they're pretty similar to the seats that we've got now in the 195s. Ooh, 150/2 in First North Western livery. Gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. Coming down into Greenfield now, we're going to need a little bit more brakes than that, or we're not stopping. You really do, with the tread brakes, you really do have to plan your braking more than you do on things like the 185. So when you're driving the Alan Thompson Sim 185, you can come flying into these stations You can't do that on this. Flipping it. I think step 2 will be fine for now. I think step 2 might be not enough for now, actually. Should we go with a bit of full service? It's a good job we did the full service. Right, we'll go for step 2. We'll try and get a nice smooth stop. There we go, right. How's that for stopping? That's a decent stop, isn't it? Didn't quite manage to get the guard under the bridge. It's always good when they get the guard under the bridge when it's raining. Lovely interior as well, isn't it? That pattern's just makes for it a lovely place to be, doesn't it? Nathan Lowe's here. Hiya, Nathan. Where do I get the class 142, 143 and 144 livery packs on Transport Fever? I don't know, actually. They're all off the Steam Workshop, so they'll be on there somewhere. But yeah, I'm terribly sorry. I honestly don't know. I'm sure if you just put 142 or Pacer or 144, you know, it'll all be there. Is 2020 the year the Pacer trains left, Will? I think it probably is. Did they? I don't think they had them through COVID, did they? It all sort of yeah. Cheers for that, Jasmine. Yeah, Steam Workshop. I'm not sure. 2021, maybe. Officially, Charles, is this an Alan Thompson sim route? No, this is the Dovetail Games Huddersfield Line, which is available on the workshop. It's a decent enough route. I think it's the best route we've got. I don't think it's the best. Well, it is the best because it's the only one we've got. But compared to Pennine Pacer's route, this isn't as good. It has to be said. But yeah, it's better than nothing. Yeah, Jasmine, they did have them in COVID, you're absolutely right, but they were paired with the 150 all the time for accessibility reasons. Absolutely, and do you know what? I think the Pacers should still be here, and I make this point a lot. The Pacers should have stayed, we should have kept them, because what you've got to look at is, I know that obviously they were old. They were old. They're not the best trains. They're not the best trains in the slightest, and to say that they were brilliant would be a lie. But on a peak time service... Oh, Scott Davis, don't worry about it, Scott, you're fine, love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. On a peak time service, say, I don't know, let's pick a station, people. We're at a place called Thurnscoe in South Yorkshire. We get a peak time train into Leeds every morning, you know, and it's a busy, busy train. Used to be a class 142 Pacer every day, and you were sardined in this Pacer. You know, not very nice at all. It's just a scenario we're making up here. Now, obviously, the Pacers have gone, because the 195s are here and the 331s. You know, it's a 150/2 every day now, all the time, 150/2, and it's still absolutely rammed, absolutely packed to the rafters. Wouldn't it have been better to have kept all the Pacers and joined a 142 permanently to a 150/1? So then your train in the morning at peak time would have been 4 carriages. You know, okay, yeah, it wouldn't have been the most comfortable, but you'd have probably got a seat. Isn't that better? I always think that's better. And everyone, like most people actually agree with me there, to be fair. But, oh, hang on, wait, bouncing round the corner, look at that, we're going to come off the rails in a moment. Jasmine, I think the Pacers should have been paired together with 2 units. Absolutely, absolutely. Coupled them to a 150, then it's PRM compliant. Everybody wins. But, yeah, obviously they were all scrapped. I reckon they could have done another 30 years in service. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, how much is Joe Plus? Joe Plus, Jack, is £4.99 a month, and with that you do get a whole range of benefits. If you're an avid viewer, of the channel, then it's certainly worth it, I think. And you do get a weekly exclusive series as well. Right, hang on, bit of step 1, that'll do. Is it Voith or ZF? This does come with a Voith gearbox. It does also have a different gearbox if you go with the early ones. The earlier liveries did have a different gearbox. I never knew that, but and a totally different engine as well. They sounded completely different. Are we still on time? 11:56 arrival. Look at that, bang on time. Is it worth your money? Oh, it is worth your money. Oh, right. Cheers for that, Jasmine. I thought you were on about the Pacer pack for a second, which is also worth your money. If you love Train Simulator and you love your Pacers, then yeah, absolutely worth it. Jasmine says TPE had 6 cars during COVID. Absolutely, for a bit of social distancing. And it's rare you see them now with 6. I would say TPE still run a lot of 6 cars about. But obviously with TPE running more services, obviously there's only so many trains, isn't there? So they'd have to split them up to run the services. Would be nice if they do a repaint of the Northern Spirit livery. You do get a Northern Spirit livery in this pack, Aaron. You do get it with it. Or were you meaning if they did a modern day variant of it? That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? I always think it'd be nice, you know, like with the Class 91 at LNER, with them receiving the Intercity livery. I always think it'd be really, really nice if TransPennine Express did a 185 in Regional Railways livery. No, just the one as like a little promotional thing. I think that'd look pretty decent. And obviously the light blue of Regional Railways just happens to be very, very similar to the light blue of the TransPennine Express logo. That could work. Ooh. Oh, I'm with you, Aaron. Real life, not the pack. Well, the real life is good. The pack is also good as well. Ryan. Oh, hang on. 158 going past. Lovely. What are your opinions on TPE getting rid of the 68s? I don't really have an opinion on it, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously it means less carriages. That would be a shame. But I mean, I think Northern and TPE are looking at ordering new trains. I don't really know much about that. I've heard a few rumours been clattered around about more new trains. So hopefully we won't notice too much of a difference. We'll see. But obviously the 68s, it's a bit of a novelty, isn't it? The local hauled business. And they're very loud. Very, very loud. Don't worry about it, it's not Carly. 30 minutes late, but not to worry. I mean, the Pacer could be 30 minutes late. You know, that wouldn't strike anybody as surprising, would it? But sadly, this Pacer went bang on time today. Oh, flipping heck, you sure about that, Jasmine? A 9 car? Oh, that's too many for anybody, isn't it? Oh, we've got a flashing yellow here, so we're obviously going off at Staley Bridge. When are you going to add a Pacer to your heritage fleet on City Bus Manager? Absolutely. Yeah, we should do, shouldn't we? Oh dear. XC Guard Tim, they should revert to the TransPennine livery of RR, Regional Railways, like the loco hauled stock of the 1980s. Well, I was thinking, and I know the one you mean, and I really do like that, I was thinking of the one that the 158s had. The, you know, with the black around the windows and the blue stripe underneath, and the sort of weird beigey cream that I didn't really realise was there. But you know, the white with the... I thought that looked incredible. And I don't know how it would look on a 185. It would look strange. I think it would look strange, because the black around the windows would be really thick, because obviously the windows on a 185 are a lot bigger, aren't they, than a 158. But yeah, that would look pretty awesome. Oh, nothing shirt. That's absolutely lovely. I'm glad you enjoy coming back. You know, I'm really glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I did mean that, but I know the livery you mean, and yeah, that would look absolutely fantastic as well. But I can't help but think that might look better on a Raycom Mark 5s. I mean, there was some regional railways. Were the regional railways 47s? I know there was regional railways livery 37s. I know that much. But if you did a 68 in that regional railways scheme along with some Mark 5s, that'd look pretty awesome, wouldn't it? Right, hang on, Staley Bridge. Let's just go gliding down the platform. We're going to go past the 3-car marker here. Oh well, never mind. They can have a bit of a walk. Wait, there we go. Right, stop. Doors are opening. Look at that. Oh, I do miss these trains. I miss them so much. Jack says, I live near one of Cross Country's main depots and I see a Cross Country HST almost every day. What even still, Jack? I thought they'd gone now. Alex Turton, one of my favourite Pacers, where 142001 and 142096 and many more. Oh, and I absolutely agree they should have Said. Do you mean said or stayed? It should have stayed, not the same without them. What was my favourite 142 pacer? I didn't really have a favourite 142 pacer. I didn't like the ex-Arriva Trains Northern ones because they had those weird seats, didn't they? They were like office chairs, but they were slightly too reclined to be comfortable, but not reclined enough to be comfortable. You were sort of at a really weird angle on those seats. Does anyone remember them? They were like 2 and 2. I didn't mind the bench seats like what these have got here. I thought they were perfectly acceptable. There was also, I mean, the MerseyRail ones that we're on now had 2 little really square seats, didn't they? And then 3 individual square seats in a row. They were really, really cramped. Right, off we go. I'm with you, Jack. I'm with you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, Ray Cario says, sorry I'm late, I had to revise geography. Don't you worry about it, your exams come before this. You can always watch this at a later date, it doesn't have to be live. But no, it's great to have you with us, Ray Cario. Ever been on West Midlands Railway? What's your opinion on it? I went on it the other day and it was alright. Well, we've been on the 323s. Love the 323s with West Midlands. Obviously they're going to be coming up to Northern soon. There was a West Midlands 323 that was actually sat in Ollerton Depot the other day. We went past it on the train. Just saw it lurking there, so I don't know if that's there to stay permanently or whether that's just a temporary and it's going back down. But yeah, it was sat there. So who knows? Now, obviously, the reason I don't like this route that much is we should be going uphill now, and as you can see, we're perfectly on the level. Like that should be much higher at this point than here. It just should. Right, off we go. Look at that. Oh, it's good. First Northwestern 150/1 there. It really does just complete the set from this era, doesn't it? The 142. Alison Wildman says that she's glad the Pacers have gone. Oh, Alison. Oh, you're killing me, love. You're killing me. Oh, the Yorkshire Train Spotter. Been a member for 2 months already. Really enjoy watching your videos, especially City Bus Manager, which I recently bought myself. Oh, I'm glad about that Yorkshire Train Spotter. It's a brilliant game, isn't it? You can start anywhere in the world, apart from some areas of China, I think. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. And you can just play it again and again and again in different scenarios, and it's just awesome. Robert Garthwaite says he's got to go. Cheers for joining us, Robert. Simon Rashter there, 142018, the last one I rode to New Mills Central when they brought them back in 2020 with mould on. I love it, I love it. Yeah, they did all go and then they made an encore. An encore, we'll say. Couldn't get rid of them just yet. They were too good. Like I say, I bet they had another 30 years in them. Corrosion aside. Wonderful little things. I know Cross Country Guard Tim's not a massive fan of the Pacers. Not a massive fan. But I mean, even Cross Country Guard Tim will admit this pack is pretty awesome. I mean, he likes big loco hauled trains, so these little buses, like I say, I don't think he was ever a fan. Right, there we go. Doors are opening. Ashton under line. What are you planning on doing for Transport Fever 2 when you finish East Yorkshire? Personally, I'm following along and doing my own East Yorkshire, and after that I'm going to do the Cornwall map. Do you know what? I had a map in mind for what we'd do next, but I'm sort of a little bit not sure now. I did have something... Oh, what's this? Imran Fenton has become a member. 17 months. Goodness me, Imran. Well, thank you for your support, good sir. It's absolutely wonderful that you continue to support the channel. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, Cross Country Guard Tim, they served a purpose and saved many branch lines from the killer axe. Exactly, that's another thing about the Pacers. They were cheap, and if they hadn't have found the cheap solution, then they'd have been closed. I mean, you only have to look at what happened in the Beeching era. The Beeching axe. Ooh, not good, not good. Do you think we should have a newer version of the Pacer? Do you think that that will work? I mean, rail buses have always worked because they've been cheap. They've not been comfortable, they've just been cheap. They've been people movers. You only have to look at things like the Parry's People Mover down at West Midlands, the 142 rail bus. Look abroad, the Czech rail bus. Were the 810 rail bus? Every country loves a little rail bus, don't they? But yeah, I imagine a modern day version of the rail bus would be genius. Alexander Dennis, the Alexander Dennis Class 145 Pacer train. That'd be interesting. I bet someone could Photoshop that, couldn't they? The 158 also saved regional railways. Absolutely, the 158, a massive player in regional railways services. An Enviro 200 Pacer. Quite literally an E-Pacer, not an E200, an E-Pacer. Right, so full steam ahead now into Manchester Victoria. An Alexander Dennis Class 146, I know, could you imagine? Oh, it'd be a funny looking contraption, wouldn't it? Absolutely, yeah, I agree with you there, Tim. Not the trains I particularly dislike, it's the way that they were and still to this day are so often used on the wrong services. Exactly. I mean, this particular route here from Huddersfield to Manchester, would you even use them on that? Probably not. When you look like Leeds to Manchester Victoria, not a great line to use them on. I think the Harrogate line was absolutely fine. Throttle is in the max, don't worry about it, Jasmine, this is just as fast as it goes. But yeah, you look at things like the Harrogate line, yeah, bung them on there, absolutely fine. All those little lines around the northeast that they were used on, again, sensible. Leeds to Manchester Victoria down through the Calder Valley, less sensible, less sensible. And there we go. Wow, look at that bounce. See, Whitby to Carlisle, again, should they be used on that? Probably not. It's a little bit long distance, isn't it? A little bit long distance. Again, Cumbrian coast, bit far, little bit far. What's this, Imran? I want to know what train... Oh, Train Scan 4. Train Sim World 4 looks and how it sounds. Well, it looks absolutely incredible, Imran, because I think it's... I think it's the same model, to be honest with you. Wow. But yeah, I think they've got the old engines and the old gearboxes like the provincial Pacers on this. I think I could be wrong. Yeah, things like Holyhead or Llandudno to Wakefield. Was that actually a route? Llandudno and Holyhead to Wakefield on a 142. Yeah, that's not okay. That's absolutely not okay. That's far too long distance. Simon Traynor says, no limited stop service should be a Pacer. Oh, but they were brilliant, weren't they? Literally like driving a bouncy castle, absolutely. I hope nobody gets motion sickness. Otherwise, this is not the pack for you. The Nothing Show says, this video has reminded me of the old London Underground stock that they used to have on my line. Oh, hang on, wrong button. Absolutely hated them. It was rickety, awful things, never have them back. Which stock was that then? Which line is it, Nothing Show? Was it the Victoria line? Maybe the old C stocks on the Circle line? It was in First North Western days. Wow, I didn't know that. I knew they ran through to Wakefield, but I thought they just started at Manchester. I didn't realise they came all the way down from Holyhead. That's absolutely crackers, isn't it? Holyhead to Wakefield. It's such a bizarre service as well. Right, we're slowing down now. Just ease off for the 30 at Miles Platting. You've got the junction from, this goes from Phillips Park here, it goes round to Phillips Park. And then obviously you can go round and down the Calder Valley if you turn right here. No passenger services do, as far as I'm aware. Maybe empty stock moves, but besides that... Sprinters Travels says, used to get a lot of motion sickness when I was a lad, grown out of it now. That's good to hear. Otherwise, I don't think you'd be able to watch this video. Used to hate the Class 143s on the Huddersfield to Sheffield via Penistone run. I couldn't fit in the modernised seats, but must admit I miss them a little bit more now. Oh, absolutely. They were great. The little 3 cars, the Class 1443 cars. Lovely. Which Wakefield? AIQ says, Kirkgate or Westgate? I'd imagine it was Westgate, because First North Western used to run between Huddersfield and Wakefield Westgate. Used to change ends at Kirkgate. Right, how on time / early are we? We are running a little bit early. So we'll just coast. There we go, 50 mile an hour speed limit. We'll coast down into Manchester. There was a period where they went all along the northwest coast. Oh, it's frightening, isn't it? It's a long way on a pacer. When you think the 175s that they, well, I said they have now, they don't have them at all now, do they? The 175s have all gone into storage. But they were a massive upgrade. Love them or hate them, because they were another sort of marmite train, weren't they, the 175s? They were a damn sight better than this. I mean, yeah, could you imagine all that way on this? Oh, bit more wipers. Edigen Mangabat, hello, hello. Alexander Dennis, bang, crash, rattle like Rice Krispies, snap, crackle and pop. yeah, I remember the Enviro 400 MMC was once dubbed the rattle-proof bus. Didn't last very long, did it? Ah, ex-Seaguard Tim, yeah, Westgate, yeah. Wakefield Westgate. Oh dear, drink of water. Getting a dry throat doing all this talking. Into platform 4. I'd have thought we'd have turned around in 1 or 2 here, but no, down into platform 4. Right, here we go. Oh, located the Isle of Wight. I'm with you. The 1938 stock that they had on there, they were fantastic. I used to love them. Of course, so the D-stock converts now, aren't they? Class 484s. Right, there we go. We'll just roll down into Victoria. And of course, in this area, you'd have the T68s whizzing about, wouldn't you? Sort of pootling about. Oh, lovely. Has it just started raining, or have I been reading the chat too much? No, it's only just started raining, don't worry about it. I realise I'm going quite quick into Victoria here. Does it just go to Victoria? Yeah, we do terminate here, that's absolutely fine. Oh yeah, just ignore the overhead wires here, people. They weren't here in First North Western days, so just ignore them. Pretend they're not there. They can't hurt you. Ooh, look at that. Bit of First North Western action over there. Look at that. Where's that going? Wigan. Oh, gorgeous livery, wasn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at those seats. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Ooh. Rightio, we have finished our first scenario. Don't go anywhere, people, because we are going to be driving another scenario that's a little bit more modern day. Don't panic, everybody. We've got Sprinters Travel saying the stream was only 46 minutes long. Absolutely not. We will be driving another scenario. So yeah, don't worry about it, people. I'll be back soon. Rightio, there we go, back in Manchester, Victoria, and I'm sure you'll notice that things are a little bit more, ooh, look at that, a little bit more modern. I mean, I know they're still not modern day, because this is the Abellio Serco era of Northern. We've got a Class 158 leaving there. Where's that going? It's a 3-car, lovely. Gorgeous, 757 there. We've got a 150/1 coming in. Where are you going? You've not got anything on your destination display, sir. 144 over there going to Kirby. Couple to a 150/1 again. And more 150s over there. The era where there was one Transpennine Express service an hour through here, and the 144s do have daytime lights as well now. Going to Leeds on this scenario, another scenario that comes with, we're on a double set Class 144. If you see here, we've got a an ex-MerseyRail one on the back with the LED destination, well, not LED, but flip dot, and a windy rollerblind destination in the front. We're going to get all our lights on. We're pretty much ready to go. You'll notice we've got the blue cab as opposed to the beige cab on this one. Aaron Beardmore says he's done this scenario himself. I have also done this scenario. But I thought it would be quite nice. Oh, hang on, get the key in. It'd be quite nice to do it again just for the purpose of the internet. We were going to do this one and the Hope Valley, like I say, but unfortunately I couldn't get the Hope Valley one to work. That doesn't mean to say that we're never going to do the Hope Valley. It just means to say that that we're not doing it tonight. Set in 2014, this one, absolutely, yes. To Echo 89, the 1557 Southport to Leeds service will be going from Manchester, Victoria at 1711, calling at Ashton-under-Lyne, Stalybridge, Mosley, Greenfield, no Marsden and Slaithwaite, so a semi-express, Huddersfield, Deaton, Murfield, Ravensthorpe, Dewsbury, Batley, Morley, no Cottingley, and then into Leeds, 1834. So it's about an hour and 25 minutes until Leeds on this one, so don't worry everybody. Quite a lot of scenario left to go. We'll turn the DSD off, bung it in forwards. I know we're out soon. Why can't we have the did I say Class 144? I meant 142. I meant 142. Oh dear, it's all blended into one, all this pacer action. Johnny Boy says, why can't we have the Calder Valley on Train Simulator? That would be incredible, wouldn't it? There was sort of rumours at some point from members of Alan Thompson's Sim that there was a Calder Valley line in production, but that seems to have all gone quite quiet. I know Alan Thompson's Sim are developing for Train Sim World as well. They sound to have a lot of projects on the go at the moment. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully the Calder Valley will be made a priority. That would be wonderful. Did I say DRA as well, not DSD? Oh, do you know what? These don't even have DRA. I need to lie down. Need to lie down. Probably not fit to drive a train all the way to Leeds. Right, full steam ahead, everybody. Look at that. We'll even put the lights on. There we go. The lights are on inside. And if you remember the oh, look at that proper northern interior with the pink there, lovely. We've got the toilets just there behind us. If you remember, the toilets on these actually had, if we look behind, a proper porcelain toilet in there. It was proper, like being in a hotel. And they really do capture. If we go down to this seat down here, this little flip down seat, you see it proper. No wonder there's a draft. Look at that hole above the door. Good lord. And you can, if you fancy standing up, you can see there's another hole there as well. Quiet train today, no passengers. Absolutely, it must be a bank holiday. They have DRA but not DSD. That's the one. No DSD pedal beneath our feet. Although is that it? I don't know. There's a pedal of some description there, but yeah, I didn't think that they did. You can't press Control and D to bring the DSD. That motor is a blessing to my ears. Absolutely. Need a clag factor for the pacer. You do. You absolutely do need a clag factor. Edison Mangabat says, love this era. Absolutely, this is one of my favourite eras. The late eras of Northern Rail and First Transpennine Express. We've got another Northern Rail Class 158 there. I never liked the grey skirts, but they did grow on me towards the end. Quite like the grey, what are they called? Plowies. Plowies on 158s. I love the fact we're really going as fast as we can. And we're losing speed. 37 miles an hour, that's pretty much the limit here. Oh no, we'll have none of that, Connor. There's no delays today. Everything's running bang to time. Right, if we knock it down to notch 3, we should start losing speed. CJ Train Spotting. Can't wait for this bouncy bus to come to Trains in World 4. Absolutely. Yeah, if... oh, hang on. What's this? Shift and C. Clag Factor. Oh, we're going to go for a bit of Clag Factor 10. Look at that. It does have Clag Factor. Look at that. All that... I mean, I'm not too convinced at this point we're not on fire. Wow, look at that. Awesome. I mean, I remember them towards the end, so yeah, Clag Factor 1,000,000. That's what we absolutely want on this. Look at that, we'll follow along. Wow! I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, back in the train now. Jack's got to pop off and do something to eat for my wife. She'll be home soon from work. Have a fantastic day in Ireland. We shall, Jack. Thanks so much for that, and thanks for joining us. Make sure you check out the rest of this stream later on, because I imagine it's going to be a great run through to Leeds. Wonder if anyone's considered a pacer on Aberdeen to Penzance. I know another YouTuber many years ago. I don't know what it was called. I don't know his name, but he did a live stream from Edinburgh to London King's Cross in the old Class 142. Control C to decrease. Cheers for that, Aaron. Absolutely. Ironically, 2 sets were written off due to fire. Not the 2 that I'm driving now, hopefully. Yeah, absolutely, Will. We're off to Leeds. Arguably, the weather is a little bit nicer than it was before. Didn't one of them go up in flames? Not one of these 2. No, no, not today. We won't be having any of that hassle. Imran, I've not stopped driving this. Oh, you know what? Me as well. I've been driving this up and down and up and down. I'm running out of scenarios to do, actually. I prefer the modern day engine / gearbox combo, it has to be said. I'm not too keen on that self-changing 4 gears nonsense. I find it quite difficult to drive. Yeah, I do, and I don't remember them ever having that. So yeah, it's just, you know, I get that they were like that. I appreciate that, but I don't really see the enjoyment, because I never remember them having it. In fact, Magic Toad, one of the fantastic admins on my Discord server, and a close personal friend, I would go as far as to say, thought that my iPhone speaker was broken when the first Armstrong Powerhouse video came out. It was like, what on earth is that sound? And then we did a bit of reading, and yeah, it might be Sims and stuff. I remember watching it thinking, are you mad? Are you absolutely insane to do this? Maybe we'll have to recreate that stream in the modern day. Another MerseyRail 142 pacer there going the other way with the flip dot destinations. I love the Armstrong Powerhouse weather, how it's like gone a little bit yellowy now, the ground, hasn't it? And then it'll go a bit darker as a cloud goes over. Really does just enhance. I mean, I know it's a weather enhancement pack, isn't it? But yeah, it just enhances the sim so much, along with the track enhancement pack. There's so many cool things on this. Alright, Donald Stewart, close personal friend. Skydoes Roblox says, I remember when I went on a Class 142 from Sheffield to Doncaster on the stopper. That'll be, what, Mexborough, Conisborough, round that way, Swinton maybe? Is that's where they go, isn't it? Ah, Sims and stuff. There we go, we'll have to do another live stream like that at some point then. We'll have to get Sims and stuff on board maybe. I don't know. Maybe Sims and stuff is already planning on another live stream. I mean, he drove from Edinburgh to London last time, didn't he? Maybe he could do the return, London to Edinburgh. Matty Williams, hello. Matthew Harding says, I like how you're driving down my local route. It's a lovely route. Absolutely lovely route. I do prefer it, it has to be said, between Staley Bridge and Huddersfield. I think it's a little bit nicer. Yeah, I miss them too, Imran. Absolutely, I do miss the Pacers. Oh, Alex, I'm terribly sorry to hear that. You've been ill for 7 weeks. Goodness me. That's no good at all. No good at all. Does it get you time off work or school, though? Because, you know, that would be... You know, that would be nice. The time off. Just takes the sting out of being ill, doesn't it? LRV Productions remembers going on one, I'm assuming you mean a pacer there, from Southport to Manchester Piccadilly, but was terminated at Oxford Road. Oh no, was it running late? That's no good. I know that sometimes train companies do terminate trains early. Like, obviously, if it's, for instance, going to Manchester Airport, they might terminate it at Manchester Oxford Road to go back on time if it was so late. Has to be, Joe, it's where I live. Absolutely, absolutely. I agree. We need to come down and see you again, Tim. I say this every time, don't I? Right, here we go. Don't forget we've got a 4-car. We're not just a 2-car today. So we need to pull right down the platform. Oh, we appear to be inside the ticket office. Look at that. Right. Oh, a little bit too... People are falling over there. There's one thing I am a little bit surprised about. They tend to get... You know, like Armstrong Powerhouse do everything absolutely fantastic, but the doors on this, and I mean these doors were made by Armstrong Powerhouse, they must have been, because the original Pacer model has the bifolding doors, but the doors just seem to close a bit fast. They seem a little bit not quite as AP as the rest of the product. And I mean, some of these doors went with an absolute bang, you know, and they do seem to close together. Whereas one would close, the other would close. You know, they never do it sort of in line. No car stop markers at that station. It would appear not. I mean, if we watch the doors close here, you'll see exactly what I mean about the them just not. They don't quite behave like the Pacer would in real life. We need to get out for a sherry or two. Absolutely, you have to have a sherry at Christmas. Half of them took ages to close. Absolutely. Absolutely. One consultant, flight simulator streaming, I don't know, to be honest with you. You see, that's just a little bit... They close exactly the same. Not very pacery. Look at the clag. Oh, wow. Lovely. Liverpool service via the Chatmoss there. That'll be a Newcastle Liverpool. Oh, nothing sure says, see you later, Joe. Got to pop off now. Thanks for the effort put into your streams and videos. Much appreciated. Catch up on it tomorrow. No, thank you very much. Nothing sure. I appreciate you stopping by this evening. It's been great to have you here. What time are we? Oh, right, okay. We don't need to rush. But at the same time, we'll do our best. One shut first, then the second one slammed shut. Exactly, you'd think that that's the sort of thing that AP would sort of put into that. And it'd go with an hell of a bang, you know, like proper slamming shut. Yeah, they did used to close slightly staggered. 4999, the Pacer's on fire. Oh, tell me about it. Right, coming back round here now. We'll just slow down a little bit. I know that this is going to be a red because obviously the banner repeater just there is on, but also we've had a double yellow, a single yellow, and a red. So I'm assuming we'll be waiting for some sort of express service. If you get stopped here, you usually are. Oh, you can just see it coming past there. Look at that. You can just see a 185 from Manchester Piccadilly coming past. So I'm assuming that is the Scarborough service. That'll be the 1746 out of Huddersfield, which is now the Redcar Central / Saltburn service. Where's that going? 1622, Liverpool to Scarborough. So that'll be, what, 1712 out of Manchester Piccadilly. That'll be a busy train, that one. And of course that stops at Stalybridge, so we could be here a while. Could be here a while. Adam Shaw says, hi Joe, I've applied to be a train conductor with Northern out of Wigan. Would you have any advice for someone looking to be a conductor? Well, obviously the conductor, there's a lot of safety involved, isn't there? You know, the safety of the passengers. There's customer service as well, ticket selling, handling money. So it's all good if you can get all those skills into your interview. If you're good with money, if you've had a job before where you've had to deal with money, that's good. Again, customer service, safety, following rules and procedures. These are all things that conductors have to follow. So yeah, if you can work things like that into your interview, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And I wish you the best of luck. Mark Davies says, I often play the Huddersfield simulation on SimSig. Do know the line pretty well. Well, do you know what? It's actually funny you should say that, Mark. Me and Magic Toad the other day were playing for about 4 or 5 hours. I was playing the Manchester East situation, which is where we are now, which also has the Rose Hill, all round there, Stalybridge, Ashton, and then of course Greenfield Marsden, not Marsden, Greenfield Mosley. That's the one. So I was playing that one, and Magic Toad was playing Manchester North, which is of course Victoria. But yeah, we were absolutely loving it. We could have done with someone to actually do the Huddersfield scenario. That'd have been, or the Huddersfield simulation. That'd have been brilliant. Oh, flipping heck, Alex. Had 2 weeks off college already, plus last week off due to a chest infection. Today I've been riding my depot's new B Network Enviro 200s. Oh, you must be on the mend then, Alex, if you're out riding buses. Must be on the mend. Oh, I think a cloud's just gone over the sun there. God, this 185's taking its time, isn't it? Bjorn says, what line are we on? We're on Dovetail Games' Huddersfield Line, which takes us from Manchester, Victoria, via Huddersfield through to Leeds. Nathan Jordan, good evening, Nathan. He says, nice 158. Cheers. It's not, has it done that with the thumbnail? Oh, for goodness sake, it was working earlier. I specifically put the 142 as the picture, which is really annoying. And then it was doing it in the Discord. Hang on, Armstrong Powerhouse class 142. Let's see if I actually search it. Have we got the... oh no, it says it's working there. It says it's working there when I Google it on the iTelephone. We'll see. We'll see. Don't you worry about it, Train Guy, Car Guy M. It's great to have you here. It's absolutely great to have you. What is my favourite train sim game? It has to be said one consultant. It is this one. This is the best one. Train Sim World is alright. It looks quite pretty. But this just has so much more to offer. Right, off we go. Full steam ahead. Can we go for full power? Into Stalybridge. I guess, yeah, that Exeter one's really, really big. Is that one of the free ones? It has done with the thumbnail. Oh, that's really annoying. Really, really annoying. Right, off we go. 35 mile an hour. Oh, Ray Cario, that's an interesting one. Would you rather bring 142s back or the Boeing 747? Completely unrelated, but at the same time a tough call. A tough call. Probably 142s because we'd see them more. It'd be easier to, you know, but, I don't know. That's a really difficult one. Magic Toad says, hello from 1 Bravo 38, stood at Yankee 201 signal. Oh, I've slammed on too much there for Stalybridge. Oh, there we go. That's really annoying. Why has it done that again? with the live stream. It does that. You can reuse the information from it, from like previous live streams. I did that, you know, just so you didn't have to fill everything out. Oh, we've got a 185 going past there. That'll be a Manchester airport, maybe? Yeah, Manchester airport there. 185, 122. Not messing about. Absolutely, Imran. Yeah, I would love a 195 for this as well. I think a 195 and a 331 is sort of the main. It's annoying, isn't it? Because we've just got all the stock for the north of England, and now obviously new stock comes out. So we need that stock now, don't we? And I feel that as soon as a 195 and 331 are done, there'll be something new in the north, you know, that we won't have. But yeah, it would be great to have a 195, particularly on like the Leeds to York line, the Blackpool line. That'd also do well with the 331. Oh, sorry about that, Ray Cario. Missed the 185 because of an advert. Oh, flipping out. Don't worry, there'll be more 185s on our trip today, I'm sure. Will you try Flight Sim 2024 when it's released? Absolutely. Absolutely. Flight Sim 2020 is absolutely awesome. We love it. So Flight Sim 2024 must be brilliant as well. It has to be said, until the sort of mods have been ported over, I don't know if they're going to be compatible from the word go, such as like the Phoenix A320. I don't know what the crack is with all that, but yeah, when they start modding it, yeah, we'll absolutely be upgrading to that. Oh, fantastic. Nothing Show says, got 10 minutes left. Remember reading somewhere the recycled pacers, that they recycled pacers and made buses? Surely not. Surely not. That'd be a very wide bus, because pacer trains were quite wide, weren't they? Art Northern negotiated getting a Statler flirt of some sorts to strengthen the 195s and 331s. I had heard that. But again, it's one of them, you know, you hear so many rumours, and you're just not quite sure what you know, you wait for it to happen until you start believing it. Next, do Preston to Leeds. Oh, Chris, we don't have the route. It'd be great to have Preston to Leeds, wouldn't it, down the Calder Valley? But sadly, we don't have that route. Train Guy says, my sis wants to say hi. She thinks you're a great train driver. Oh, it's very kind of your sister to say so. Or am I a bus driver? It's a rail bus, isn't it? So it's sort of a bit of a train, a bit of a bus. Not quite sure. Not quite sure. Bounce factor 3 again, I think. Did I? Yeah, I did go with bounce factor 3 for this this one. Alex Turton says, I do find that the ex-Diamond Street decks Wigan Depot has do coat well on the hills, on the 10 between Wigan and Lee. Would you bring back Pacers or B10 BLEs? Oof. Oh, enough with the hard questions. These are difficult questions. Very, very difficult questions. Jibby says, good evening. Good evening, Jibby. Yeah, I agree with you, Ray Carrier. I would sooner have a Pacer over a Class 769. I like a Pacer. It's funny, isn't it? The Class 142 Pacers really did, you know, despite the fact they were made with the same bits as Leyland Nationals, or the similar bodies, they really did live so much longer than the Nationals, didn't they? You know, 2020, there were definitely no Leyland Nationals in service around this era. I realise I'd probably stopped quite short there. Oh no, we're just about on. Conductor at the back. I forgot we were a 4-car. Ah, you could easily get off through those doors. Forget as well, the platform's not been extended at this point. It's still very much not extended, because this will fit a... what has it? I don't know. No. You see, the platform sort of comes a bit more out here, doesn't it, now? Because it fits 4 carriages of Class 185. Look at all that clag coming out of the exhaust. Choking up here. Look at that, right. Southern Transport saying they should have kept the original engines. Ooh, that's controversial. Look at that. Look at him go. Look at him go at that pacer there. Really does suit the livery as well. There's not many trains that northern livery didn't suit. Right, full steam ahead. Preserve bus adventures, Will. Yeah, Joe preserves a pacer. Could you imagine? Oh, I don't have enough money for that. I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. Oh, I'm with you. They used part of a pacer body, cutting it down a bit, and used it for the body of a Leyland bus. Never. Surely not. Surely not. Oh, Edigen. Sorry, I'm really, really terrible at pronouncing your name, sir. Or miss. I've got to have dinner now. See you tomorrow. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been absolutely great to have you with us. And yeah, don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. I realise we all have very busy lives. So if you could pop in and see us, that's brilliant. If you could own a pacer, what livery would you have it in? That's an actually really good question, Aaron Beardmore. I mean, obviously, when I worked them, it was in the Northern Rail livery. This one. I like the Northern Spirit livery. I like the First North Western livery. Do you know what? There's not actually a lot of liveries that the Pacers have worn that I didn't like. Some liveries, you look at them and just think, oh my lord, that's absolutely awful. But I can't think of a lot of Pacer liveries that I don't like. I didn't like the Transport for Wales 142s, you know, where they just put the black square on the side. But obviously they knew they weren't keeping them, so that's not a proper livery, is it, by any stretch of the imagination? Yeah, I don't know, actually. Maybe... See, I like the MerseyRail livery we were driving earlier. I like this. I like First North Western, Northern Spirit. Provincial, lovely. I didn't so much care for the Regional Railways livery on the Pacer. I didn't think that looked great. You know, just the regular Regional Railways. Blue. But then that GMPTE Regional Railways livery that was sort of grey and red, that was lovely too. Do you know what? That has genuinely stumped me. Tim says he'd go with the original Provincial Blue livery. You see, again, I love that. Absolutely love that livery. But now I've learned that all those trains had the original engine and gearbox. It just wouldn't be right, would it? You couldn't preserve one in that livery now. Because it'd have the new Cummins engine with the Voith gearbox. And it's just... I get it's a stunning livery, but it's just not right. It's not right. Couldn't do that. No, do you know what? I would do the Abellio Serco Northern Railway livery, or Northern Rail. I'd do this if I had to preserve one. I've got lots of happy memories. It was the first railway company that I worked for, and they were very good to me. They were very, very good. Abellio Serco Northern. Yeah, so I would have this. Yeah, I think it suits the train, suits the design. Kevin's here. Oh heck, I'm late. How you doing? I'm very well, Kevin. Don't you worry about being late. Better late than never. It's great to have you here. How are you? Mark says he wasn't fond of the first Great Western livery. Which one? The 142s. Oh, the First North Western with the pink doors. Yeah. It was always sort of a bit of a mishmash, wasn't it? That one. Right, now we're going uphill towards Stanage Tunnel. We're going to say towards Diggle Tunnel. Diggle Junction, Stanage Tunnel. The one at the MRC is in the provincial blue. I didn't know they had a provincial blue one. Really does suit the bodywork. Gorgeous livery, but again, after I found out about the engine and gearbox combo, it just wouldn't be right, would it? Unless they put the old engine in, but they'd struggle to find one nowadays, wouldn't they? Nathan Jordan, could you say you were proud to be Northern? No, actually, because that was an Arriva. Proud to be Northern was an Arriva thing, not Abellio Serco. What was the Abellio Serco's like sort of little thing? I can't remember. Building a railway the North can be proud of, or a railway the North can be proud of. I think that was their little slogan. I do have a badge somewhere, little badge with a 158 on it. An Abellio Serco 158. What did it say? Part of the on-time team, or the on-time crew. That was it. Part of the on-time crew. Little silver. It was sort of overly with the 158 on. Loved it. Loved it. If I ever own a Class 158, it will have the Class 158 with Transpennine Express. Yeah, if I had a 158, it would have to go in the burgundy with the golden end, the Northern Spirit livery. Oh, lovely. Definitely. I know that a lot of spotters would think that was scandalous. No, it'd have to be regional railways, but no, the burgundy with the gold, gorgeous. Do you remember when this route first came out and this was this lovely station house at Saddleworth with some semi-detached houses? At least they updated it. Oh, the suspension's bottoming out there. Look at that. This is what it's like from the point of a conductor. You step out to see your train, and you know, you're bouncing all over the place. Going through. Tickets, please. Hello. Hello. Christopher Kelly, why didn't they release this for the Xbox Series X consoles? Looks way better than Train Sim World 4. I think... See, this is from the era where if you wanted to go for a simulator, you had to use PC. You know, like OMSI, like this, like the flight simulators. I know the later Flight Sim 2020, you needed, you know, that's available on console, but this is obviously, think like X-Plane or P3D or that. It was all computer if you wanted to be a simmer. And I still think if you're a proper hardcore simmer, PC's where it's at, people. Definitely. Now this 15's probably going to say we're speeding, but I refuse to do 15 through here because it's not. Oh no, it's not. Pleasantly surprised. Right, full steam ahead. Through the tunnel, there's a 185 coming the other way there, give him a wave. I wish that Alan Thompson Sim would sort out that 185. There's a lot wrong with that. You know, like that's gone past there and it was utter silence. You don't hear a thing. You know, when a 185 goes past, you should have that drone of the engines. Zoom, zoom, zoom. You know, you should have 3 of them go past, and you don't. You know, that would be nice if they'd add that. I think the sounds need completely redoing on it. It is a little bit. I think it's too fast as well. Slightly too fast. But yeah, it would be really, really good if there was an update to that with just, you know, a little... What's the word? A quality of life enhancement. That would be good. I don't know if there's any plans to do that. Tim, do you remember ex-Virgin Trains 158s that were in regional railways livery with that blue first TPE lower vinyl? Absolutely, 158750 I believe it was. See, I did like that. I really like that first Transpennine Express vinyl at the bottom. I thought that was really nice. I mean, I thought it even suited the burgundy, you know, with the golden ends. I really did think that suited it, that blue stripe. It was tasteful. And it was a way of getting their brand sort of on there, wasn't there? I mean, like, you look at... I know that this is obviously liveried up, but when Northern took over, they just put a little Northern logos, and they didn't really stand out too much, did they? But obviously that livery that first Transpennine Express did, that big, thick blue stripe, you couldn't miss it. Could not miss it at all. Yeah, Imran, I agree. It is a little bit like an F1 car, isn't it? Right, so we're going to have to start slowing down to 45. Oh yeah, it's next stop Huddersfield, isn't it? Right, we'll go for step 1, because we're not actually due in until 18:01. And it's saying currently we're going to get there at 17:52, so we're going to have 10 minutes standing time. Don't you worry about it, Alex. Yeah, when the Master Switch Veiling 1 pack, or Veiling Classics pack comes out, we will be driving a lot of that. Don't you worry, my friend. It's looking absolutely fantastic from the pictures I've seen. I mean, the pictures I've seen and the pictures that are out there. Right, there we go. We'll have a little pootle around the corner. Oh, bang from the suspension there. Virgin Cross Country did actually hire in a couple of 158s. I think they only had 2 of them. They were never liveried up. But they ran services up the west coast, main line. I think on the services which are now operated by Transpennine Express. Right, there we go. We're off. Will the Champion of Buses says, do you think you'll get the Gemini B9 from the Studio Polygon like you did with the B10? Well, I mean, to be fair, I'd like to think I have a good relationship with both of the chaps at Studio Polygon. It would be nice, though. If they don't fancy sending it me, then it's just one of those, isn't it? It's not a God-given right for me to be sent it, but it would be lovely if it happened. We'll have to watch this space, won't we? I'll keep quiet about that pack or I'll get shouted at. Which pack? Which pack, Tim? Do you own a bus? Yes, I actually own 2 buses. I've got a Volvo B10 BLE Right Renown, and I've got a Volvo B7 RLE Right Eclipse Urban. 2 buses. Because one's just not enough, you know what I mean? Gibby says, is the whole UK rail network privatised? Asking from Belgium. Sort of. Yeah, it sort of is. It's sort of a mishmash between privatised and... So it's not completely privatised, but it's not completely nationalised. It's sort of a bit between. It's a bit of both, really. I think it would be unfair to say it was one of each. Oh, Nothing Show says, great stream, but I'm off for now. No worries, no worries. Thank you so much for joining us, Nothing Show. Virgin use the 158s on Birmingham to Swindon and Manchester Airport to Edinburgh services. There you go. There you go. I didn't know about the Swindon. Oh, 185 going the other way there. Oh, excuse me. Do you still have the same laptop from when you first played? No, I've got a proper gaming PC now, which is why we're able to do things in 2K. I realise this isn't in 2K because I don't want to set my wireless router on fire. But, yeah. Oh, the Veiling Classics pack. That's the pack you were on about, Tim, yeah. Oh, but you love my bus. You love my bus. And that's technically a Veiling Classic. Whee! Proper bouncy down here. Do you think some ex-London buses will fit the Joe Ahead group for the Bus Adventures vlogs? Oh no, not ex-London. Too many doors. Too many doors on London buses. Yeah, absolutely. We've got a 4090. I certainly didn't have a 4090 when I first started playing Train Simulator. Simon Chaplin's here. Good evening, Simon. Great to have you with us, my friend. The rattle sounds very nice. Absolutely. You can just imagine sat in here, just everything sort of crashing about. Look at that. The bounce. I quite like the braking sounds more than anything. I just remember that when you were coming into a station, you just have the noise of the tread brakes. Jack the Omsi fan's here as well. Good evening, Jack. Will you ever do videos with a webcam? Oh, as in like where you can see me? See, it's a nice idea, but it's one of those things, it sort of doesn't... I don't think it sort of brings anything to the party, you know what I mean? Maybe you guys think it will. I just sort of think, well, we're here for the game. I mean, like, what if I get an itchy nose, or like, you know, sneeze or something and it sprays all over the camera? What an awful thought, but you know, it's just one of those things, and everyone will be like, don't want to watch his videos anymore. Whereas now I can have as many itches as I choose to have, and nobody's any the wiser. It's wonderful. Train Guy Car Guy M says, Stagecoach Fife are disposing some of their diesel and petrol buses for new electric ones, so maybe you'll be able to buy a couple for the Joe Ahead group. I hope you don't mean in real life, because I've all on maintaining 2 buses in real life. We don't want any more. Don't want any more. Oh, Tim's nothing but mean. Nothing but mean. You love me, really. Yeah, absolutely, Nathan, absolutely. We'd need like a green screen of some sort, and then I could have like the bulkhead, you know, that could be behind me. I could just have that sort of pale blue behind me, so it'd be like I was sat in the cab of a 142. I'd have to sit in a train driver's uniform as well, because obviously you've got like Inside A Gamer when he flies. He's got his wonderful T-shirt, hasn't he, with the epaulets on the on the shoulders. So I'd have to sit in like a train driver's uniform in order to you know, get the full effect. It's proper dedication, it's that. Right, there we go. Crawling into Huddersfield. Next stop is a not next stop. Next signal is a red. Nathan's got a green screen in the boot of his car. We should have brought it here, Nathan. We could have got it set up. We are approaching this red far too fast. Never mind, we're going to stop. Oh, I do. Yeah, does Squirrel still do an awful lot? I haven't seen anything of his suggested in my feed recently. There we go. Right, that's there we go. DRA on. We can just see that red signal. We're going into platform 4, so obviously something's currently there. Should we just move seats? There we go. We can actually see what's happening now. Yeah, you see, I think the sounds are pretty alright on this Imran. I would say that these are pretty alright. Should we have the cab light on? We can see what we're doing now. See, obviously that would just be reflections, wouldn't it? Oh, there we go. Platform 4. Right. There we go. Oh, it sounds like something's going the other way. Maybe something towards Manchester. Do you remember the Class 170s in TransPennine Express livery? I do, the little 2-car 170s. All down to Chiltern now, as Class 168 Clubmans. Have you heard of the Count of Monster Disco? Yeah, I never got that pack. Never did. Never did. Oh, here we go, coming into Huddersfield. A couple of Northern Rail stocks. We've got a 142 there on the Sheffields by the looks of things. What is that 142 doing on platform 1? That's TransPennine Express's executive platform, is that? Where are you going? Sheffield? But that's going to Huddersfield, right? Well, maybe they do a unit swap or something. So that must go off there. Maybe it's come out of the sidings, that's why it's on there. Oh, Will's off. Thanks for joining us, Will. It's been great to have you with us. Very, very confusing. This board, this sort of random fence at the end of platform 4 is not here in real life. Very confusing. I don't get why they added it in. There we go, doors are opening. So we have a little bit of... Oh, that Sheffield's gone already, look at that. There we go. Right, if we leave that there. There we go. Right, there we go. Engine stop. There we go. May as well turn the engine off. I know they'd probably leave it running. But obviously we're sat here, aren't we? Plenty of time. Because we're not actually due out of here until 18:02. So we've got 10 minutes. Oh, where are we? There we go. We've got the signal pulled off there on platform 8. So the 55 Transpennine Express service to York, as it was then. So from Huddersfield you used to have a 13 minutes past Hull, 21 minutes past Newcastle, 27 minutes past Middlesbrough, 46 minutes past Scarborough, which is what overtook us at Staley Bridge. And, oh, excuse me, you used to also have the 55 York. And then in 2017, I think it was, every other hour used to extend to Newcastle on that 55 York service. But I think at this point, they were only ever going up to York, from Manchester Airport. Wasn't it a Leeds to Sheffield via Huddersfield that stood for a while at Huddersfield? Do you know what? It could have been. It absolutely could have been. I never remember that, but that said, I never remember this Southport to Leeds service that stood for a while at Huddersfield either. So it's well within the possibilities. In 2014, they appear to have done some pretty funky little things. Is there an actual route from Huddersfield to Sheffield? There is. It goes through Denbigh, Penistone, other such wonderful places. Dodworth, spelt Dodworth but pronounced Dodworth, and down to Barnsley. It joins on just before Barnsley. Now, Nathan's replied to somebody. Who's he replied to? Yeah, use it all the time to get to Starbeck. Do you mean Starbeck? I don't think you do, Nathan. Starbeck's, Harrogate line. And I mean, from you, Doncaster to Starbeck, that would be a long way round going via Huddersfield. Have we got a 185 yet for the York service? I don't know. Ah, there you go. It's just come out the tunnel now. I always remember these. They used to come flying out the tunnel when I was waiting at Huddersfield to get the Transpennine into work. Oh, wow, look at what's coming the other way as well, people. Talking of 170s, this just gets in the way. Look at that. Double set, so that'll be on a Hull Piccadilly. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Class 170 and a 185 over there. Of course, the Alan Thompson Sim 185 does have a tendency to set off with its doors open. Why have we got no doors open at all there? Maybe Armstrong Powerhouse have done it so that it won't set off with its doors open. They've got it not to release its doors here. Yeah, it's weird. The driving cabs. The middle cab never does it, but the driving cabs set off with the doors open. Very, very odd. Will you be running down the Chatmoss from Liverpool to Manchester today? I will not know. We're just running to Leeds today, and that's this live stream. I think the stopping pattern on this Southport service is wrong. I seem to think I remember it missing out Deaton and Ravensthorpe. Quite an odd service. I will have to look into that. But yeah, I know they missed out Cottingley, and I know the northern ones via Brighouse do miss out Ravensthorpe a lot of the time, don't they? TrainSpotter 2009 says it feels like 2010 watching this. Absolutely. Well, it's 2014. 2014. Will you still be playing Bus Simulator? Yeah, every Wednesday, Kyle. Don't worry about that. Every Wednesday. Can you imagine getting on a train and the driver gets off and starts looking at the other trains? Well, do you know what? It happens more often than... oh, hang on. 185's off. There we go. Full steam ahead to Leeds. That one. That 55 doesn't actually stop at Dewsbury, so we shouldn't get caught up behind him. Sarah Birchall's here. Good evening, Sarah. Good evening. Welcome to our stream. This is where we won't be able to get the 142 going again now. I've turned the engine off. And absolutely, Imran. Yeah, the 170s were absolutely fantastic. Trainspot 2009 says it's nostalgic. And Jibby says, old Belgian trains always set off with the conductor hanging out the door. It was a great time. Oh, hang on. Right, we've got a signal. So let's just get that engine started. Oh, the clag. Look at that. Clag factor is on 10 for this. And actually, if we just have a look down there, I think my colleague's got his clag factor on 10 as well. Look at that pacer there. Fantastic. Right, not required. Recario, did I miss anything? No, we've just been doing a bit of train spotting at Huddersfield. Don't you worry about it. Road and Rail, do you have the virtual district line pack? I think I do. I think I do. Probably. Nathan Jordan, you turned the engine off. I know. I turned the engine off because we had 10 minutes-ish sat at Huddersfield. I thought they were perpetually running. I know. Tell me about it. Yeah, I think this is sort of the generation before climate change went a little bit mental. This is 2014, so yeah, they did just used to sort of leave them running all the time at this point. But we'll be good. We'll behave. Sportive Reese Gaming YouTube says, hi Joe, love your videos and just wondering, will you be doing more airport sim videos? Yep, that is every Tuesday. So every Sunday. Tuesday's flipping City Bus Manager, isn't it? Every Sunday. So yeah, that'll be coming this Sunday. 185 there. Where are you going? You're going to Liverpool, so that'll be the 44 off Leeds, 1802 off here. Oh, I remember the old timetable. It was brilliant. I wish they'd bring that timetable back again. Really do wish they'd bring that back. It worked really, really well, actually. It was the pre-2018 timetable. Talking about drivers, Tim says, that wandered off looking at trains. At Leeds, we had a driver that wandered off taking photos of trains at stations. Good old Nick. Oh, was he a bit of a self-confessed spotter? But you know, that's good, because if you enjoy what you do and you love your job, that's brilliant. You can't ask for more than that. Sarah Birchall, what route are we doing? We are at Huddersfield, Sarah, and we're going to be driving over to Leeds today through Dewsbury. What days do you upload Transport Fever? That is Monday, Recario. Monday is our Transport Fever 2 East Yorkshire series. Is it 1802 that we leave? It is. There we go. Oh, right, ready to go. Let's get it in forward. Right, full steam ahead. Off to Leeds, everybody. First stop, Deaton. Well, Tim says first stop should be Murfield, but this says Deaton, so we'll stop at Deaton for today. Yeah, you're disputing the fact they stopped at Deaton and Ravensthorpe. I don't think it'd stop at Ravensthorpe, you know, I really don't. Although these Leeds services used to go at 59, didn't they? So maybe it did. But then it should stop at Cottingley. Oh, it's an headache, isn't it? Absolute headache. Some really bizarre timetabling that went on back today, isn't there? Tim, I agree, I never hid it. Fatal mistake for anyone that does. My love of HSTs was known countrywide at cross country. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's sort of a bit of a thing in the UK that if you enjoy your job, you're just seen as a bit of a lunatic, aren't you? Whereas I think there's a lot of people, I know there's a lot of people at my company that claim not to like trains at all. It's just a job to me. But then every now and then they'll come out with something and you'll sort of do a double take. You'll be like, I'm sorry? What? You know, like there'll be mentions of British Rail large logos. But, ooh, Class 47s with the large logos. And your head will nearly spin off. You'll be like, hang on, thought it was just a job to you, and all of a sudden large logos are in the conversation. Bit of a spotter, aren't we, love? And then they get all defensive when you say things like that. It's funny. It's funny. Will you be trying out the new Bus Sim 21 tram expansion? Yes, probably. My expectations are somewhat in the gutter, but we will be trying it. I think the tram thing is just sort of clutching at straws to make a very dull game quite interesting. But then again, the school conductor. I'm reading the text while trying to talk here. The school bus pack was fairly decent, so maybe I remain to be, shocked, surprised. I am still a train conductor, absolutely. Nathan Lowe says the UK is the best country. There we go. I'm saying nothing. We're all entitled to an opinion there, aren't we, Nathan? Don't you worry about it, Sarah. It's absolutely fine, my love. It's just great to have you with us. Great to have you with us. We are coming up to Deaton fairly quick, and I don't think we're going to be stopping unless this full service kicks in. Come on, we've been doing really well. Let's go for a bit of emergency there. Oh dear, we're going to overshoot Deaton. Oh, that's a disaster, isn't it? The people in the front coach don't actually need Deaton, so it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh no, how humiliating! But we managed to get the back coach on, and that's the only coach where the passengers for Deaton were in anyway. It's absolutely fine. No need to panic. That was a disaster. Yeah, you see, this is why I'm a train conductor, people, and not a train driver. Oh, could you imagine? Too busy talking about trains. Too busy talking about trains. Right, we'll all just ignore that, everybody. There we go. Yeah, we'll pretend that didn't happen. Mortifying. Will you stop at Mirfield? Well, we were meant to stop at Mirfield. Right, off we go. We were meant to stop at Mirfield, but, after what happened at Deaton, I don't want to make too much promises. I don't want to make too many promises, even. Is there anyone on that train yet? No, there's nobody in the front set, because we haven't been putting it on the platforms. Imran says, P45 through the door. Absolutely. Do you know what? The amount of P45s I've got stacked up in this house, and the amount of times I've done goofed on simulators of various. Alison says, I love working on HSTs as a host many years ago. So sad they got rid of them. Unfortunately, I had to work on 170s too. So let me think. That would be... Is that Midland Main Line, Alison? It must be Midland Main Line. That's the only company I can think of that had 170s and HSTs. It must be. Must be. Come on. Is it Midland Main Line? Oh, it could be cross country. Of course, it could be cross country. They had HSTs, didn't they? And even the sim knew that Deaton shouldn't be in the schedule. Absolutely, Tim. Deep down, obviously, I know that I shouldn't have stopped there. Yeah, so it's either Midland Main Line or cross country, isn't it, Alison? Oh, 185 going the other way there. That'll be the airport. 6:10 out of Huddersfield. Imran says, when did TPE take over the stopping service? That was 2018, Imran. Go on, Alison, you say correct, but was it Midland Main Line or cross country? I've had two guesses now. Sprinters Travel says, what is it with you and stopping at Deaton? Why? Is there another video where I've not quite managed to stop at Deaton? Southern Transport says XC. See, this bridge, the name of this bridge is quite rude. It's it sort of rhymes with Uckfoth bridge, because somebody has scribbled the words Uckfoth just above it. So obviously, as a conductor, when you're going backwards through that bridge, you can't see it, but all the drivers have named it the Uckfoth Bridge. Midland Main Line. Oh, I'm with you, Alison. Beautiful, beautiful. I guess the 170s are quite small for that, aren't they? Quite small indeed. Love the teal livery of Midland Main Line. Absolutely. Gorgeous. Why is that 60 over there? That's not 60. It should be 75. There we go. We'll go for a little earlier braking now into Murfield. You know, just to treat ourselves. It's a very rude name for a bridge, but that's exactly why it was called that, because somebody scribbled on it. This bridge here is actually gone now. It's been demolished, which is very, very sad, because me and my dad used to come and watch trains on this bridge when I was very young. This is completely wrong. It does actually bend round to the left, but there weren't any houses here when we looked. I don't think there's any houses there now, if I'm not very much mistaken. But yeah, this is where I got my love of trains, standing on here waving to burgundy and gold class 158 units. So I was very sad when I saw they demolished it, but I think they've demolished it to put the wires in for the Transpennine route upgrade. There aren't even wires for the tram. I know, tell me about it, Jibby. That's why I sort of roll my eyes at it. There we go, right, doors are opening. That's a little bit more successful. We had such a good run over. I can't believe I messed up at Deaton. Can't believe it. We were doing well. Yeah, it is quite sad, isn't it? It is sad. It really did make me quite sad, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? Unfortunately, you can't stand in the way of progression, can you? And wires need to go up. Electric trains need to happen. Yeah. Oh, we're all going to burst into tears at this rate. Someone's talk about something happy. Christmas is coming. Hey, there we go. That's happy. Sprinters Travel says that's a better stop. Give yourself a pat on the back. There we go. Pat on the back achieved. Now let's stop at Ravensthorpe. Although this is another one that Tim said we probably shouldn't stop at. So if we don't stop here, then I blame Tim. Oh, Jaden's Trains and Games has just joined. Welcome, welcome, Jaden. Little bit late to the party, but don't worry, there's still plenty to do. Still about half an hour to go, isn't there? 25 minutes. Leeds at 18:34. Yeah, about 25 minutes of the stream left. Oh, Tim, yeah, your decorations at your house, absolutely incredible. I love it. Mariah Carey finally defrosted. She's not been on yet in my car, or indeed our house. Yeah, she's not been on just yet. Right, full steam ahead to Ravensthorpe. See, compared to the 185s, this is very slow. I didn't realise it took this long to get from Murfield to Ravensthorpe, but from a conductor point of view, it's very good when it takes quite a while to get from Murfield to Ravensthorpe. More time to check your tickets. Lovely. Got the line there. You go over to the right there if you were turning right towards Wakefield. Do you know when the Scania is coming to OMSI 2? You would have to be a little bit more specific. OMSI 2 does have Scanias in currently. She has at work. Yeah, absolutely. Mission success at Murfield. Absolutely, yeah. This is going to be a great stop at Ravensthorpe also. Recario, I'd rather keep 185s, to be honest with you. I think they're much better units. Lovely units. Really nice to travel on as a passenger. 142s were not great to travel on as a passenger, to be honest with you. LRV Productions is back. Oh, everybody's here all of a sudden. Perhaps I'm being a little bit tentative now with the old driving. Oh yeah, the Omnidecker, yeah, that is a project that I've completely forgotten existed. And I'm pretty sure you guys remind me every single time. But yeah, I just... See, where I grew up, there was never omnideckers. You know, around West Yorkshire, omnideckers just weren't really a thing. And same as Manchester, from what I can remember, they seem to be more down south. And Thirst in Scotland. But yeah, so... Omnideckers, I don't really have a lot of interest in them. So I've not been paying a lot of attention to the Omnidecker project. It looks brilliant, don't get me wrong, it looks absolutely fantastic. But it's just one of those, I haven't really been following it because it's not a bus I have a lot of passion about, you know what I mean? Imran says, next station, my local, don't forget to give us a toot as you pass my house. That's between Dewsbury and Batley, isn't it, Imran? It's just after the viaduct, I believe. I mean, I know that you've sent me the photos of trains going past, and I've tried to work out whereabouts it is. Oh, flashing yellow. So we should be alright into Dewsbury. I mean, that train in front, that Transpennine that overtook us at Huddersfield, that should be long gone now because it doesn't stop at Dewsbury. Tim says there's omnideckers in Huddersfield now on the university service. Who are they operated by? They're not First, are they? Or Yorkshire Tiger or Centibus or any of that nonsense. I'm trying to think. It's Team Pennine now, isn't it? Imran says slap bang in the middle. Right, well I'll have to wave, Imran, where I think that you live. How's the B7R Elite? Ooh, let's not go there. It's just having a bit of work done. At the moment, it's in that sort of stage of its life where everything is just breaking. All the time. Oh, absolutely, Imran. You don't want people knocking on your door, do you? But no, I'll... yeah, I think I know. There we go, we'll slow down to 40 for Dewsbury. And then, for some reason, we've got to be at Morley for 1825 or all hell will break loose. Oh, Pacer going the other way there. Lovely 142. Now, that should be going to Huddersfield, if memory serves me right. Of course, now, coming into Dewsbury, there's no signal on the middle road anymore. That's gone. There's also a signal here for turnbacks to happen. There's a new crossover that's gone in just after Batley. It's that Yorkshire buses lot from Leeds. Oh yes, I believe I've heard of them. See, I'm so out of touch with the old West Yorkshire bus scene now. It's been that long since I've lived over there. Do you know when the Gemini 1 is coming out from Studio Polygon? And do you have a beta video coming? The answer to the first one is no, I don't know. And the second one is no, I don't have a beta video coming. No and no. It would be absolutely brilliant if Studio Polygon did choose me to feature their bus on my channel and do a bit of promo. That would be lovely, but it is entirely up to them, and there's no pressure. They might not have liked what I did with the Renown, you just don't know. I might inadvertently offend one of them between now and them decide to send the betas out. They might want me to do it now, but then I might call them something terrible, and they might not let me do it anymore. You just don't know, do you? So yeah, if they offer it, then yeah, it will absolutely be featured on the channel early access, and if they don't offer it, then it'll be featured on the channel when it comes out. Trendspotter 2009 says it's sad that Dore and Totley station is changing. I know, they're massively changing that, aren't they? 2 platforms rather than 1. That's absolutely mental. Right, so, everyone looking out for Imran's house? I mean, you've told everybody pretty much where you live, Imran. I think he lives just in here. Just in one of these mills. He's a mill worker that they never let go home. The 268 route goes up there. From Dewsbury to Bradford. All trains will be busy this weekend as it's bonfire night on Sunday. Oh, I know, I'd really like to go to a bonfire. Really, really like to go to a bonfire. I don't know if there's one near us. Keep trying to convince my other half that Bonfire Night's wonderful. Ooh, 185, hello. The 1809 Liverpool off Leeds. Another busy train, that one. The 1820 Manchester Airport service will be leaving Leeds in a moment. We'll probably pass that at around Morley? Between Morley and Cottingley, I'd say. No, do you know what? I'm going to stick with Morley. Stick with my original answer. Now, I reckon Imran lives about here. Somewhere on the right there. Either that or in the mill. There we go. We'll give him a toot-toot. Ah, yeah, they did extend the 268 from from Dewsbury to Wakefield. So obviously Bradford Dewsbury, then on to Wakefield a few years ago, didn't they? It used to be like every other one. Is it every one now that goes to Wakefield? Oh, do you not do fireworks, Nathan? Oh, I love fireworks. Absolutely love it. The colours, the light, the standing there, absolutely freezing cold, just randomly going, ooh, ah, ooh, with a toffee apple and a bit of bonfire toffee. Oh, so many things that are bad for you. A bit of pie and peas. Lovely. It's just one of them, isn't it? It's just a night of eating things that are just so bad for you. That's pretty much on. That'll do. Eh, dear Batley. 658 pulsers. Oh, they all go to Wakefield now. I did not know that. 658 pulsers have arrived. Absolutely, I believe so, Road and Rail Studios. Yeah, yeah. You can't really blame him, can you? Oh, we're going for a bit of notch 5. Snotch 5. I was going to say step 5. Step 5's breaking. Well, it's not. It's step 1, 2 and full service. I always get my steps and my notches mixed up on the sprinters and pacers. Apart from a few evening and morning journeys that go to or from Hetman-Wyke. Well, obviously the depot is at Hetman-Wyke, isn't it? So that makes sense. Tim says, pub on the road from me does a charity bonfire. I think I'm going there on Saturday. It's usually a great night. Interesting. I'll get back to you on that, Tim. Saturday night. What are our plans on Saturday night? We might come. You know what? We might come and join you if that's all right with you. It'd be absolutely lovely to come and join you. I've never been to a bonfire with Simon. I keep saying to him, we should do that. We should do that. We should do that. Jack Paul, hi Joe, big fan. Oh, thanks for that, Jack. It's great to have you here. Of course, just coming past here now, Batley, Lady Anne Crossing, that's all gone now. There's no level crossing, or there won't be. There's now a bridge over the top. There's a load of disabled access ramps there, so you can get over if you're not able to use the stairs. It's quite good how they've done it, to be honest with you. But yeah, massively changed. All that wall's been destroyed. It's all flattened. Very, very odd. Totally different. Totally different. And after here, this is these must be some stables because you've got the steaming pile of horse manure. After here, I shall have a chat with Simon and see what he's doing, what his plans are. There you go. There's the steaming pile of horse manure. Used to always know you were near the tunnel and to cease any phone conversations after you saw that when I was a passenger on Transpennine. Don't worry about it, Jack. I do try and read most of the comments. Sometimes it gets a little bit hectic in the old comments section on the left, but no, you're absolutely welcome. Nathan says he's been on an NCT. What's that? Nottingham City Transport Omnidecker on my local route. Oh, are you from the Notts area, Nathan? Lovely, lovely. Have you been a train spotter in the snow? I've been a bus spotter in the snow. There's a lovely photo of 60843 W803 DWX on my Flickr in the snow. It's a really nice photo. I was going to tell everybody it was 60820. i.e. my bus. But yeah. It's it's W803DWX. If you search for that on Flickr, you might see some nice photos in the snow. Sprinters Travel says he's going to bed now because he's got an English assessment tomorrow. Why is everybody? Why has everybody got flipping exams tomorrow? It's November. We shouldn't have exams in November. I thought exams were around Christmas time for your mocks, and then in the summer. What's this? November exams? Oh dear. Never had them when I were a nipper. South Nottingham, I'm with you. I know we'll be stopping at Morley Station, which is no longer in existence. They do still have a station at Morley, but it's been completely ripped down. And rebuilt. They built another one. That is actually a great idea, Jack. Can you do the Welsh Swansea to Cardiff stopping service with the Class 175 as they've... Well, you said they are going. They've gone. They just went like that, didn't they? Just literally. Click. Gone. There was no sort of leaving, last train. They didn't celebrate them. They didn't do anything, did they? They just disappeared. It was quite sad, actually, because they really have been... Oh, resits. I'm with you, Aaron. I'm with you. We're going to miss Morley again, aren't we? Flipping heck. Emergency doesn't seem to be much more. This is my fault. I'm going for the whole 185 braking. You can't do that on this. Tread brakes. Oh, no. Disaster. Well, we did better than we did at Deaton. At least we got the full back set on. Oh, dear. Again, the reason I'm not a train driver. It's one of those, it's like the HSTs down at Great Western. You know, just to make sure the back set's on, the front set has to stop off the platform. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, you're on about resits, Aaron. I need to reset this flipping stop at this station. Do you know? Not good. At least we arrived at 1825. A little bit early. Yeah, it really is sad about the 175s. They disappeared, didn't they? Daniel Gilpin, how dare you miss my local? I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Please don't hunt me down and hit me. Yeah, do you know what? Get on to Magic Toad. Get on to Magic Toad and get him to do me a scenario. And yeah, Swansea to Cardiff, that'd be absolutely brilliant to do. Absolutely brilliant. Right, off we go. Clag Factor 1,000,000. Oh, wow. What's this? As if I need ask. That'll be the Manchester Airport service. Oh, Manchester Piccadilly. Oh, yes, the 1820 always was a Manchester Piccadilly, wasn't it? It wasn't an airport. How very silly of me. Jaden says that he loved the Class 175s, Transport for Wales. I know, I like the 175s as well. Aaron Beardmore, refresher training for you, Joe. Expected improvement by the end of the week. I know, I'm really, really sorry. I'm really sorry. That was terrible of me. Terrible. The 175s are gone in general. Yeah, I tell you, David, they've gone. They just literally, they pulled them all. They're all in storage. It was like in the space of 2 days. One day there was 175s. And they were all roaming about, and then the next day they were, or the day after the next day, they were just all gone. They're all down at, oh, what's the one? Ilford. Ilford in storage. All gone. That's it. Poof. Exactly. That was exactly my reaction. Like, what? They can't have done. I didn't see anything online about it. Yeah, just all gone. Someone's going to say that they brought them all back now, and I didn't realise. Oh, yeah, they're just all back again, Joe. What do you want about? How did you not know they've all come back? They're like, oh no, I can't keep up with this. Right, next stop is Leeds. Leeds, next stop. We're not stopping at Cottingley. I think they're all stored at Ilford. I'd heard they were all stored at Ilford. Oh, I'm with you, Simon Chaplin. Local bus service in Preston. It's Stagecoach 125 from the Preston Hospital to Bolton via Chorley Interchange. Yeah, that goes through Horwich as well, doesn't it? That's where my other half used to live. I used to go and visit said other half up at Horwich. Used to go on the 125 every now and then. And the 575, of course. Look at that, 72 mile an hour through Cottingley. I don't think pacers would get to that speed. Look at that. Absolutely hammering it. What's this going the other way? Oh, it's a Manchester Victoria service. So that'll be the 720, the 1826, won't it, off Leeds? Lovely. And it's only a little 2-car. Yeah, I agree with you, Imran. David says they can't be replaced, right? They're only like 10 years old. They're, aren't they 1999, 2000? I think they're nearly 25 years old now, the 175s. But I know they've been hit with a lot of reliability issues, more so than the Sprinters. So obviously the 197s, they've been... pacer passing through a station doesn't look right, I know, tell me about it. Yeah, the 197s have been introduced. I think they've replaced the 175s more than anything else. Oh look, it's Tim going over in his cross-country 220 there. Ex-Seaguard Tim. So you say that Train Spotter 2009. I have been at Cottingley on board a 185 in the past on the stopping service back in 2018, and you know, just sat looking out the window on your 185 stopper as a pacer on the Manchester Victoria to Leeds services has gone belting through, and that's been a pacer and a 150 stuck together. And you think, how can a 185 be stuck? Well, not stuck because it wasn't stuck, that's a lie, but how can it be stopped at Cottingley? Same applies at Ravensthorpe, but how could it be stopped at Cottingley and a pacer be on the express service? That's just balmy. Absolutely balmy. They have been borderline rubbish since they were introduced. Yeah, the 175s have never been a success story. Alstom, in general, build terrible trains. And for some reason, the Pendolinos have been absolutely fantastic. You know, immediately people, you can't say that, the Pendolinos are wonderful. I agree. Pendolinos, absolutely brilliant. But everything else that Alstom have built for the UK have been absolutely garbage. You know, you look at the Caradia sets, the 180s, always on fire. 175s, always on fire. But they're not, are they? But they do love a good thermal-related incident. The Juniper sets, not many of them roaming around now. The 460s, they were here for about 5 minutes and then they've all gone. The 458s, they've all had to be retrofit, haven't they, with other things. What else have we got? Those things up in Scotland, absolutely ghastly to travel on. Just everything Alstom seem to try and build is just dreadful. Apart from the Pendolinos, which are fantastic. Right, here we go, round into Leeds. Have we got a signal? No, we haven't. Right, okay. Listen to the screaming. Oh, wow, there goes Tim on his Voyager again. Look at that. It'll be Tim guarding. Tim will be rear gunning. Alex Skeffington will be the driver. Come on, we'll go whizzing into Leeds. We'll pull alongside that Voyager. Come on, little pacer. Yeah, the QSK 19s are no match for this little pacer. Oh, we're gonna have to slow down to 15. That's no good. What have we got? We've got a 185 over there. That'll be the 38 from Hull, will it? Look at that. Racing another train into Leeds. That's absolutely brilliant. Alex says he just waved. Didn't get a horn. No horn. Miserable. See, this lot at cross country, they're too good to wave to us lot on as little piddly local buses. I love it. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. The amount of times you race stuff into Leeds Station. I think that's the first scenario I've ever done where that's happened. Brilliant. Right, well, that is the end of the live stream, people. 2 hours and 16 minutes, I think, is long enough. I need to lie down now. So, yeah, thank you so much to everybody for joining. We've had Bjorn in, we've had Imran, of course. It's been great to have you. Ex-Seaguard Tim, Sean Maxwell, Alex Skeffington. I shall see you tomorrow, Alex, actually. Yeah, nice and bright and early. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and all that jazz. We've had Jasmine as well. Thanks for joining us, Jasmine. Plenty of other people as well. Nathan Lowe, Sky Does Roblox, David Does Someone. God, yeah, I'm sure you lot make your names deliberately difficult so that I make a band or a pronouncing it. But yeah, there we go. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've had a whale of a time. And yeah, if you could click the like button, that would be an absolute joy to myself. It would just be lovely. It helps more people. Aaron Beardmore and Daniel Gilpin as well. Sorry for missing Morley there, Daniel. But yeah, it's been great to have you all with us. Thanks so much for watching. If you've not already subscribed, I know most of you probably have, but do consider subscribing, because we will be back on Train Sim at some stage. And yeah, have a fantastic Thursday night, everybody. We will be back live streaming some of the nonsense at some stage, I'm sure. And yeah, until then, cheerio. Goodbye for now.